Hi and welcome to Six-Pack Classroom Educational Videos. Today we're going to cover in detail 5 big tips to achieving the best results from your home workouts and how to modify them to keep your immune system boosted, minimizing the chances of contracting COVID-19. According to sharecare.com, you have a higher intake of oxygen during exercise, and to make space for that oxygen, your body releases toxins. This site also goes on to say that toxins are released additionally through your body in sweat. But, as we do know for a fact, is that the story goes a little deeper. Technically, your body does sweat out toxins, but the quantity and type of toxins detected in sweat will make very little, if not any difference to your health. Your liver and kidneys do most of the work to detoxify your body. So this leads into tip number 1. When exercising at home, keep your heart rate low enough to enable you to breathe and not fall short of breath during a conversation. If you can't complete a conversation without needing to take a breath every 2 or 3 words, then your heart rate may be too high and you have moved out of your oxygen system into your lactic acid system. When your heart rate is elevated, but you can still talk, your heart rate will be low enough to get a large quantity of oxygen in and enough to be burning fat as your primary fuel source. When your heart rate goes too high and you have to take a breath every few words, your heart rate will be high enough to be in your lactic acid system, where carbohydrates and sugars are your primary fuel source, not fat. In this lactic acid system, you are also creating a lot of toxins in your body. The primary toxin here being lactic acid. The pathway begins when your body uses oxygen. The byproduct is hydrogen, and if you have too much of a hydrogen build up in your body, it produces lactic acid to flush out this hydrogen. Other toxic hormones also increase, such as stressful hormones called cortisol. So these are things that you definitely don't want building up in your body. So, in a nutshell, we are already in a very stressful time, and so it's in your interest not to increase the stressful hormones by exercising intensively and killing your immune system further. So the trick here is to keep your heart rates low and focus on cardiovascular exercise that you can maintain for a long bout. This leads into tip number 2. If you walk a kilometer or run a kilometer, the amount of calories you burn is the same. I know this is tricky. This is because your body will burn X amount of calories to move a certain weight a certain distance. By walking, you will burn the same amount of calories because it takes you longer. If you run, you burn the same amount of calories over a shorter time. You will still burn the same amount of calories moving the same weight, the same distance. So if you want to get the same results without making your body toxic, take your time and walk the same distance that you ran. You may not improve your cardiovascular fitness this way, but you will burn the same amount of calories and keep your immune system stronger. Now, the big question that all of you guys are currently thinking in your head is, what about weight training? So this is where things get really interesting. Weight training can be very stressful if you lift very heavy, but when we have nothing but body weight at home, you can still get similar results. The trick is to make your body feel heavy. You can do this in 3 ways, in 3 dominant ways. This leads into tip number 3. When doing exercises at home, learn and study the technique work and advanced biomechanics. There's a lot of technique work out there that people don't know about, and you can add more force and weight safely to the muscle by doing so. You can also focus on timing by creating a slower eccentric movement. The eccentric movement is the movements where your muscles and your primary muscles in particular are lengthening. This means the downward movement of a push-up, and the downward movement of a squat, and the downward movement of the body in the pull-up. You want your muscles to contract with power and slowly be controlled in the lengthening phase. A rep should take about 5 seconds with 1 second contracting. So 1 second contracting and 4 seconds slowly lengthening. You can make exercises with your body even harder by adding pauses in the position where the body is the heaviest. The last tip in regards to exercise is to create an order of exercises using your lower body, then upper body, then lower body, then upper body continually for a higher heart rate. This way you can give your heart rate, you can get your heart rate up whilst doing weight training and hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Remember not to break the rules to get your heart rate up too high where you are in the wrong energy system and making your body more toxic and making you most acceptable to the Covid-19 virus. According to medical news today, doing an upper body then lower body exercise tricks your body into sending blood to 2 different areas and increasing your heart strength in order to adapt. Also, adding exercises that involve your lower body require more oxygen due to their mass, and this will always get the heart rate going. Remember here that our focus is to get the best results possible without getting your heart rate too high and compromising your immune system, making you more acceptable to Covid-19. When programming your workout, I suggest doing a strength-based routine every day. Do your strength-based routine every second day, such as Monday, Wednesday, then Friday. Then adding your cardio days on the odd Tuesday and Thursday. Please use the weekend to create balance in your spirit and soul by doing some stretching and meditation and yoga. These things play a massive role to lowering the cortisol levels and stress levels and keeping your body's immune system strong. Some cardio exercises that must go into each workout include skipping, star jumps, try doing burpees with good technique, shadow boxing, and jogging on the spot, or just going for really good walks. Some bodyweight exercises includes the squat, push-ups, sit-ups, and don't forget to check out my Instagram page in the following days at Six Pack Classroom, where we'll be showing you how to use your house as your gym. Here is my tip number 4, and moving into a little adult conversation here. People underestimate how many calories you burn during sex. When you're home alone with your partner, this may be a great opportunity to bond and utilize this time alone to burn more calories. According to healthline.com, testosterone is linked to your sex drive, whether you're a male or a female. It's known to have a more direct effect on the male sex drive, but testosterone levels naturally rise during sex. And what we all know is that testosterone is one of the major contributing factors to a healthy metabolism. So take that into consideration and don't forget your love life. Tip number 5. When exercising at home, don't focus on simply working hard. Don't think by breaking a sweat you're achieving a healthy goals. Focus on your quality of your training. Focus on your technique and timing and pauses. By doing this, you will achieve better results than doing the exercise wrong. In my 22 years of experience in training everyday people all the way through to the most advanced athletes in the world, the one thing I know for a fact is that exercise is quality over quantity. There is my 5 big tips to burning calories and exercising at home. Please make sure you give a thumbs up on my YouTube video and not on the Facebook page. Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications for my next video so you don't miss out, and also check out my Instagram page called Six Pack Classroom. I will be launching an online training program within the next week where all proceeds will go to a charity finding the treatment for COVID-19. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.